When my wife Denise and I first came up here 30 years ago, we really didn't know that much about Santa Maria. And I remember we were both stunned to see PCPA because we are both theater lovers. My wife was an actress in Los Angeles and Chicago. We were stunned to just find out the quality of production and performances there. And I thought, this needs to be supported. We cannot let this go away. We cannot let this art in our community not be supported.
When you need something done, Jim's the first guy you call. And if he doesn't know how to do it, he knows who does. And at Allen Hancock College and at PCPA, he's been such a volunteer leader for us in so many ways. But Jim's the kind of guy who works behind the scenes. You may not always know he's involved, but you can see his impact. I've seen Jim's impact firsthand. They may not always be on the marquee, but his fingerprints are all over the project, and we wouldn't be the organization we are today without Jim's leadership.
And I love aviation. I mean, obviously, I love airplanes. And then in 2018, when Jim and Chris Cockle came to me, and Chris Hastert, who was the general manager of the airport at that point, saying, we want to put on an Airfest here in the community. What do you think? Would you be involved in it? And I thought, oh my gosh, an Airfest here in our community? I want to be a part of this.
With all of his experience helping us out with the airport for air service, when we looked for somebody to help us fundraise money for the Air Fest, the Central Coast Air Fest, he was just a natural, and we couldn't have done that event without him.
So Jim Bray, in my eyes, the reason why he makes such a good community leader and volunteer for Santa Maria is he's just so passionate about what he does. He's passionate about the community, the partners in it, and how it all correlates together.
You know, another project that I have been so thrilled to be a part of was something that Supervisor Steve Labanino started about 11 years ago, and that's stand down at the Fair Park here in Santa Maria for our veterans. And being a veteran myself, it has meant the world to me that he, one, asked me to be involved in this and to be able to be involved in it every year and see how dedicated he and his staff are to supporting, not only supporting, but honoring our veterans.
So where I really came across Jim, find out how he was as a volunteer, is when we started Veteran Stand Down. We realized that it's just a logistical nightmare to try to get veterans transported. It was almost an impossible task. So right off the bat, when I was looking through our volunteers, I said, you know what, it'd be a good idea to give this to Jim, because I knew it would get done. These veterans, without Jim's really insistence to make sure that they get picked up and delivered back to their homes on time, they'd be missing out on so many great services.
I am so honored to be awarded the Robert Hatch Award because, one, Bob Hatch is a very good friend, and I've worked with him for years. He and I still work together to support the service members at Vandenberg Space Force Base. And so to receive an award that was named for him is really very special for me. And then to receive something like that from this community who I think so much of, it's just, you know, I'm very grateful. I don't have the words, and I'm just really, really appreciative of the chamber for this honor.